Years passed in the slow manner of places that feed themselves. The channels held the spring. The fence, ringed with carved posts, stood firm. Children played along the sluices. The people began to feel as if they had tamed what once had seemed inevitable. In the 6th winter after the town's founding, that belief became a thing to be taken, and taken it was. That night, the shrouding came with thicker breath than ever. It rose and laid itself not on gates or fields, but upon the house of a family known in town for small cruelties and worse. A man whose measures cheated neighbors, whose bargains hollowed others' store. They had locked their doors and barred their windows. By dawn, the house was utterly hollow, hearth cold, beds untroubled. The family's clothes, folded wet, lay by the riverbank as if placed there for some unvoiced ritual. Hollowmere learned then that the mist chose not by kindness nor by justice as men would understand it. It chose by some other metric, some old appetite none could read. Carrillo stamped the edges of maps and burned through nights in the little archive, turning over scraps of rhyme, old bargains, folk prayers, anything that might link the shrouding to the world of men. He found no pattern he could read like a ledger. He found only the old grief and the new vow. So the town learned to wait, to lay boards on windows, to tuck lanterns low, to lock the gate and pray in silence. They kept the law of night not as superstition now, but as a covenant with their own survival. And yet, as the years pushed on, that waiting turned to wariness and then to a new, terrible question. Had the shrouding simply paused, or had it been gathering its appetite? By the 6th winter, as the mist had once again let itself be seen, and as the town tended its wounds, none could say. When the morning came after that last house was found hollow, Carrillo stood at the river and watched his reflection, the sage who had spoken of destiny, and who now could not tell the beginnings of this thing that ate absence and left the neatness of folded garments in its wake. Hollowmere had been built from a dream. It had been defended by law and labor. But the mist taught them that making a town did not mean owning the world. It taught them patience and ritual. And above all, it taught them how small their knowing was. They waited then, not in peace, but in the brittle hush of people who sense a returning hunger. And the shrouding, patient as the river, watched back.